Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go into chapter 31 of the game by Lindsay Miller, so I hope that you guys are ready for this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off of the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 31. Leah crouched under the teacher's desk in the back and watched the front of the room in the reflection of a display case. Devin laid his head on a desk, and as if he were napping. The door opened. Faith's reflection distorted. Devin startled. "Hey," Faith waved from the front of the room and grinned. "Do you have a minute? I have some notes for Leah, and I know she's coming here later." "Yeah, of course." Devin gestured to the empty seats. "What is it?" She studied the shelf of old props. "Just some notes. You know, a journal of assassins, but nothing for class." Leah couldn't tell if she picked up the knife. To be fair, it has been a rough month. His hand was a white-knuckled fist against his leg. "Have you heard back yet?" "No." "You know how it goes," Faith said, sighing and shrugging. One hand dropped into her pocket. "It must be nice to have everything taken care of already." Devin laughed, and the sound rattled awkwardly out of his tense mouth. "I suppose it's a bit daunting. There was strict guidelines for keeping the scholarship." "I know." Faith walked to the back of the room, dragging her hand across each desk. She stopped across from Devin. "I thought you wanted to go out of state. Can you still?" "You should." "I would." If she took another step, Faith would see Leah in the reflection. Leah crept to her left, eyes on Faith's reflection in the glass. The other girl did nothing but stare at Devin. "I already signed the paperwork," Devin said with ease, as if the words weren't the nails Faith needed to hammer his coffin shut. "I worked quite hard for it. It seems rude to pass it up." "So rude," said Faith. "It's always best when we get what we deserve." "Do you deserve the scholarship?" Devin asked. Leah flinched. He couldn't be baiting her. Leah pulled a metal mechanical pencil from her pocket. She couldn't see them anymore. Faith sniffed. "Of course I do. Just like you said, I worked quite hard for it." Metal clinked against metal. Devin inhaled sharply. "It might not even go to you," Devin said. "What are you going to do? Kill your way through every single high school in the district till you get it? They know about the emails. They can track your IP address." Leah held still. Now Faith knew that he knew. That sound must have been the knife, but Faith didn't know it was fake. Devin was drawing her plotting out from and putting on a good show for the hidden camera. All Leah had to do was let it play out. Excuse me. "My dad's a lawyer. I'll be fine. Lincoln High has the highest test scores in the district. Like some Park Hill students scored higher than me." "Please." Faith laughed. Her phone clattered to the floor. "Pity Leah stole my phone. She's been so unpredictable this semester, don't you think? Probably the game and grief." "That's very..." Devin hammered and took a breath. "Everyone worked hard for their scores. What makes you think you deserve it over us?" "I'm not sure I deserve it more than you, but in a way I do," Faith said. "Because I'm going to do more with it." "Really?" he asked. "That's your justification?" She still hadn't admitted to murder. Leah's limbs were so tense she feared she would never move again. "You want to work in the ER," Faith said, fake gagging. "I want to save real lives." "Yeah," Devin drawled. "Murdering scholarship recipients for a minuscule chance to get their spot is going to be an excellent topic for your med school interviews. I can see it now. I wanted to be a surgeon so badly I killed a few of my classmates." "Really well done," he hissed. Leah jerked, scared that Faith had heard him. "I'm fine," Devin said quickly, and Leah knew it was for her benefit. "You'll be a great surgeon, but your bedside manner needs work." But Leah's heart wouldn't calm. "So what?" Faith slammed her hand against the bench top. "I'm going to do real things, important things. Who needs another vet, a communications major?" she snorted. And Cassidy didn't even know what she wanted. At least Georgia had plans, even if they were bad ones. "Had?" Devin asked. "What did you do?" Leah swallowed her hands, fisted at her sides, fingers trembling till she clenched them tight. "What I tried to do to you, but neither of you cooperated." "Well, this is fun, but I have a schedule to stick to," Faith said. "I assume Leah's here doing something stupid like recording me for later. Unless you have a gun, you should just come out." Leah licked her lips and stood. She let her sleeve fall over her hand to cover the safety scissors. Faith waved at her with one hand, and the other held the knife to Devin's thigh. He glanced at her and shook his head. Leah shrugged. "He'd survived that," Leah said. Faith snorted. "You should have paid more attention in biology, but you being here makes this easier." "Because I killed him?" Leah pointed to Devin. Faith nodded. "Of course." "Okay, sure." Leah laid her hands flat against the desk, the scissors biting into her palm. Anger and fear flooded her veins. The knife wasn't real. She just had to remember that the knife wasn't real. "You've been banking on the scholarship for years. And if Abby, Cassie, and Devin don't take them, One will fall to you for sure, but why Ben and Georgia? Oh my God, you're impossible. Faith tilted her head back and shook it. I had to kill Ben so that May would turn down her scholarship and to throw the cops off. It's not like he was doing anything. Georgia, same, mostly. I think she scored higher than me. She had finally said it. You think, Devin spat? Why? The messages, Leah asked. Why make me look like the killer? Because you're jealous, obviously. You're an easy target. Poor little Leah Prince, stuck in the shadow of her brother and jealous of all her smart friends, ruining the one thing she has, she said. And honestly, the journal makes you look like a killer anyway, scholarships, angst or not. You really think you earned it? Leah asked. Faith lunged, pulling the knife away from Devin and pointing it at Leah's throat. I am worth it. I'm a Franklin. I'm a legacy. I earned this. And then Abby came in and got it without even trying. Devin's spine was fine and all, but emergency medicine? Really? You might as well be a medical examiner for all the worth you'll be. You don't even know what you're doing. I'll be enough. I am. Leah knew exactly what she was doing now. Why would I kill Devin? Leah asked. I can't figure that out. Of course you can't. Faith rolled her eyes. You wanted to date. He didn't. He wanted to date. You didn't. Murder, suicide, blah, 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 blah. Maybe I'll make you leave a note. The knife scraped up Leah's face to the corner of her eye. Even fake that would do damage. Devin grabbed Faith. You don't. Faith spun and slammed the knife into his chest. Blank sight. Blade sinking in all the way to the hilt, and blood splattered between them. Faith pulled back, the knife still in Devin's neck. He grasped the blade and fell from the chair. Blood pooled in the dirty cracks of the classroom. Leah froze. Red freckled Faith's hands and face. Terror tangled around Leah's limbs, holding her in place, and Faith let out a disgusted sigh. She pulled a pile of paper towels toward herself. Devin lay still and silent. The knife was fake. The knife was fake. The knife was fake. Don't tell me what to do, Faith muttered, wiping off her hands and walking to the other side of the bench. She pulled the knife from Devin with a wet sklitch. I hate that. The blood was so bright that Leah's eyes burned. Okay, okay. Faith held out a hand to Leah. Are you going to come here, or are you going to fight me? Leah pulled the scissors from her sleeve. Faith sighed and dove at her. The knife rammed into Leah's shoulder, pain blooming beneath it. Leah stumbled back, and Faith went with her. She ripped the knife up and stabbed Leah again. It hurt, but not much. Leah sliced open the scissors across her arm. Faith shrieked and fell back. How? Faith asked and looked at the knife. A muscle in her jaw twitched. You pressed the blade into her hand and sunk it into the hilt. Leah kicked her in the stomach and scrambled back. Faith crumbled, clutching her middle. The prop knife clattered to the floor. Blood leaked from the hilt. Me? Leah raised one hand slowly and pointed to Devin's phone planted high above, eye level, staring down at all of them from the shelf. Could you repeat it for the stream viewers in case someone joined after you confessed? Faith froze. Stream? She whispered. Hopefully a few were watching. They had to be. Everyone checked their phones after being cooped up in school all day. You're bluffing, Faith said, but whatever else she was going to say was lost beneath the sound of footsteps thuddering up the steps of the stage. Leah scrambled back and held up the scissors. Faith backed away, looking at Devin. He was still and bloody on the floor. Leah touched his face. He cracked open one eye and winked. The door flew open. Faith wailed. A roar of voices spilled into the room. The door flew open behind them, and Leah didn't even look. Devin sat up slowly, growing. What? Leah asked. How are? Devin only raised one bloody finger to Leah's lips. It tasted like corn syrup, glue, and too much food dye. Leah gripped his shirt. I thought you were dead. Leah wiped her face. Why didn't you say anything? Devin hugged her close. You got her to villain monologue. I couldn't interrupt that. I thought the knife failed, Leah said, fingers skimming where it had struck. Ow, he mumbled against his neck. Okay, wait, no. I'm not dead, but ow. It just nicked me. There was still a squib in the hilt. The fake blood, sweat, sticky, clumped against his skin. The blade, still metal, had pierced his skin. The squib must have stopped him from retreating all the way. He laid his cheek against her shoulder. Nothing about this was funny, but relief swam over her, and Leah laughed. Faith kept crying until the cops arrived and separated them. The paramedics took Devin away despite his protests, and Leah waited at the edge of the crowd. Detective James wasn't there yet, but they took initial statements while it was all fresh. The moment the cuffs clicked shut, Faith stopped crying. Her gaze slipped to Leah. Don't worry, Leah said. You earned this. It's the one thing she did earn, a voice whispered near her ear. Devin was back, his arm bandaged. Maybe we should get you a real knife, Leah said, wrapping one arm around him. Everyone says college is more brutal than high school. That is the end of this chapter. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.